Hello, in this video we're gonna be creating a stylized texture for our character. But I have a bad news for you. This video is probably going to be a time lapse than a real tutorial. Because my art style may be different from yours. I'm gonna be creating a 2D cartoonish style, which is the style I use for my characters and for my textures. It can be different from yours. As I said, you had to get styles and references of characters that you like, and maybe that is your art style. Maybe if you have an art style that is similar to anime, it's not gonna be fitting and matching with my art style because mine is gonna be pretty cartoonish and hand painting. Meanwhile, anime style is pretty different. So this video is probably going to be a time lapse than something else. I'm gonna be using Paint to Side to create two textures. I'm gonna be creating the hair and eyes on Paint to Side. You can do that on your software of art too. And for creating the skin texture, I'm gonna be drawing and hand painting on Blender on the surface of the character. So I'm gonna be teaching you how to put images in Blender and turn them as textures. But I'm not gonna be able to teach you how to create the texture itself, So I'm sorry about that. I don't have much to say about it, and I'm not sure if I can teach you that. But you can search on YouTube for styles and shaders that match with your style. Having that said, I'm gonna start by creating the hair and eyes. And here I have the shade editor so I can visualize the nodes of the textures. And here in Felix Eyes Brown, I have these nodes, and I'm gonna be importing the eye texture to this area here. So I'm gonna be selecting the eye texture and I'm gonna be moving this inside Blender in this area, and I'm gonna drag it here. Done. I'm gonna move it around, and this little yellow dot here, color, I'm gonna be connecting to base color. And now the eyes of our character has the texture, but we have to edit the UV mapping of it. So I'm gonna be selecting both eyes. I'm gonna go into the UV editing, slash on numpad, slash again. I'm gonna go into the texture area, select the eyes browns, select, Ctrl I, 8. I'm gonna select this entire loop right here by pressing L on it. And I'm gonna be pressing U, project from Fill. Now here on this side, we have to adjust the size of it until we can see the texture on it. Done, it is finished. And now we have to do the same thing with the other eye. And now we can apply the hair texture to the hair. It's gonna be the same process. I'm gonna select the hair, and I'm gonna be dragging the hair texture to this area just like we did with the eye. select the hair, drag it to Blender, and connect color to base color. I know this is looking a bit weird, but in the final render, this is gonna be looking tasty and soft. So now we have the hair with the texture and the eyes too. And now for the skin, we're gonna be doing the same thing, but it's gonna be a bit different. I created a little texture that I'm gonna be using as a palette for my character skin. So I'm gonna be bringing it to Blender. I'm gonna select it and move to Blender. And I'm gonna be scaling it down and leaving it here. I'm gonna rename as Felix Skin Palette. And now I'm gonna be selecting the body. I'm gonna select the material of the skin. And I'm gonna be creating an image texture here, but it's gonna be a bit different. Look, press Shift A. I'm gonna search for image texture. Here it is. Enter, and I'm gonna be moving it around. The skin color, I'm gonna be eyedropping to this color here because I changed the skin tone just a bit. So I have to update it, but it's okay. And here in image texture, we're gonna be pressing new. I'm gonna rename this as Felix Skin Texture. On this size, I'm gonna be leaving 3000 by 3000. It's gonna be a square. And the color has to be the same from the skin, like here. I'm gonna press OK. And color, I'm gonna connect to base color. Going back, I'm gonna select the body and I'm gonna go into the UV mapping. And because we created the UV mapping, this is supposed to be looking nice and better. And it is. We're gonna be creating the textured, I'm gonna be creating the stylized texture on this texture here. So I'm gonna be creating like the shadows, the dark areas, the light areas, everything of this skin and this texture. So I'm gonna be hand painting on the sculpture, on the entire mesh, and I'm gonna be using my graphics tablet for that. If your style is similar to mine, you can do the same. You can create the image and do the same process I'm doing and hand painting in the entire mesh. But if it's not, well, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna start this process right now. And that's all for this video. We have the final texture finished. At least I have. I'm not sure if your style is similar to mine. If your style is similar to mine, you can follow the general idea and same step as I did. But if it's not, I'm so sorry. I cannot do much about it. I'm really sorry. But anyways, this is all for this part of this video. We created the entire body with the finished textures and we are finished with the entire body. In the next video, we're gonna be modeling the clothes for our character, so then he can start having clothes and not being naked all the time. That's all for this video. I'm not sure if this was useful. You can comment down there. If you have any doubts, you can also comment. I'm gonna be trying to answer you and help you. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I see you in the next video. Bye.